Hello, I'm Tanya Mark, Mind Body Nutrition and Dynamic Eating Psychology Coach, as well as a Body Image Global Ambassador. And today I'm in gorgeous Bar Harbor, Maine on vacation. And today I want to talk to you about the vitamin that most of us are critically lacking. And before I go into telling you exactly what that vitamin is, I want to talk a little bit about what are the chief challenges that my clients come to me for, and they're usually around weight or digestive issues or bloating, gas, constipation, loose stools. Food intolerance is a really big one, as well as depression and anxiety and just general overwhelm. And what I'm finding is that those are just symptoms. They're symptoms of a bigger issue. And so it's critical, what I've found in my practice of working in health and wellness over the years, is instead of trying to attack the symptoms themselves, look for the root causes. The root causes of what's creating those symptoms. And the underlying piece that I'm finding is that it's something that is creating way too much stress. Too much stress. So stress, as we know, is something that's very important, and we need to have stress in our lives so that when the deer jumps out in front of us, we can slam on the brakes. And also, which is, I hate to repeat myself over and over again, but what we're really finding in the health industry is that it's really creating a lot of these health symptoms. And so typically we're trying to attack the symptoms instead of the root cause. And so it's really just band-aiding the real problem. If we just give you another eating plan or tell you to skip X, Y, and Z foods, and while those might be important pieces of your healing process, it's still just a band-aid. So when you go off the eating plan or aren't as strict, then you're not feeling good again. So we need to look at those underlying root causes of what's creating your symptoms. Let me tell you a client story. And this was a gal who was used to be in a managerial position, and she was dealing 40+ hours a week with a toxic employee. So this was an employee who was making life miserable at work. And even beyond that, it was causing her to work more than 40 hours a week. She would, be stressed and anxious going to work, just having to deal with this person. And then, unfortunately, when she came home from work, that was her first time of day when she could relax. And all she wanted was convenient food, comfort food, and she just wanted to relax. And so one of the things that we looked at was what was driving this behavior. She didn't have an eating challenge, she had a people challenge. So I'm going to say that again, and I see this over and over again. So whether or not it's a relationship issue, or you really dislike your job, or whatever it is, look at the things, the root causes that are driving the behaviors. Because really these health-related conditions are really symptoms. And we usually try and attack the symptoms and not the root cause. And I see this over and over again over the years, that we're creating actually more stress. We're actually piling another load on top of the stress that you already feel. If she had to go home and get all strict and eat her, 30-day whole foods approach, and she had to white knuckle it, and she was tired and stressed, and she had to force herself to eat better when she really wanted relaxation. So that is the vitamin R, that most of us are missing out on. And so relaxation doesn't mean, you get home and you lay on the couch and you eat junk food and order pizza, though that can be relaxing. But it's looking for what's creating the pieces in your life that are creating this too much stress for you. Too much stress is very individual. Some people can handle this amount and do just fine, and other people, this much stress is way too much, and it's creating, behavioral challenges that are causing us to not feel so good. So vitamin R is one of the most critical ingredients and critical vitamins that most of us need more of. So we have to figure out what are the things that are pushing that stress level too high, and how can we bring it down so that our body can function under the relaxation response, under the parasympathetic stress response, which is when our digestion works best, our assimilation and absorption of nutrients is best. And just think, when that system isn't working properly, guess what? We have digestive issues, we have gas, we have bloating, we might have loose stools, or we might be constipated. That inflammation in your gut might be causing your weight to be challenged. That inflammation in your gut caused by stress and anxiety and just too much of your individual stress load could be causing the depression and the anxiety. So those are just symptoms. They're not the root cause. So here I am today in gorgeous Bar Harbor, Maine. I'm visiting my mother-in-law, who is from Maine, and we're here in this gorgeous, gorgeous, relaxing town. The fall colors are starting to change. We're going to go do some hiking today. And so I ask you, take a look at the bigger picture of your life instead of trying to attack the symptoms. Again, I'm Tanya Mark, Mind, Body, Nutrition, Dynamic Eating Psychology Coach, and Body Image Movement Global Ambassador, and I hope you have an amazing week.